Hello and welcome back to episode 55 of our Ocarina of Time walkthrough, the Shadow Temple Part 2. We just grabbed the key, and now we're going to run out and blow a Beamos up. Kaboom! He will drop a couple bombs that we can grab. And as we run around the corner here to the left, there are two blades of death and seemingly nowhere to go on the other side. But if you equip your hover boots and use the lens of truth, we can see there actually is a block. We can run across both blocks and then onto the door, use our key, and go on through. In here, there are two Re-Dead that we have to deal with, and then a bunch of silver and white rubies that have to be grabbed. Playing Sun Song, of course, will freeze the Re-Dead in place, make them very easy to deal with, and we can kill them. Now, warning, there are some blades in here that are not visible without using the lens of truth. And if you have your hover boots on, you can actually run over the top of them. However, without the hover boots, you will take damage if you run over them. Once the two Raid Dead are dealt with, a chest will appear. We can open it up to obtain 5 rubies! Outstanding, very helpful. Now, there's a few targets that are on the wall that you can see without using the lens of truth, and others that you have to use the lens of truth to see. So the one there on the left, you can see without the lens of truth. The one on the right, you need the lens of truth for. So utilizing our hookshot now, we'll hookshot up onto each individual target to obtain the silver ruby that is below the target. After we get this last one in the corner, the very last ruby can be obtained by equipping the hover boots and then running straight towards it. After that, the door will open and we can go on through. Link now will find himself in yet another super creepy room with a skull in the front of it. This room has 4 keys that are in it. A couple of them, 2 of them will fly through the fire and become fire keys, which will make them even more deadly. The best way of dealing with them is to immediately take them out using your bow and arrow. If I didn't know any better, I would say that Keystone was timed it. So just as Link was climbing up the step, he made his attack. Now the second 2 are on the back wall, so I recommend not running right up to them so that they don't fly away. Try attacking them from a distance using a ranged weapon, either your bow and arrow or your hookshot. And with all 4 keys defeated, the door is now open. Now to make the skull go away, you can use these bombs and throw one right in the top. And we find a small key that comes out the bottom. Then up behind him on the wall is gold statula token number 84. So pick that up. And then we'll run back out of this room into the room that we were in before. Using our key that we just picked up, we'll be able to go through that locked door and continue on into the next room. Use the lens of truth to be able to see the target on the ceiling to hookshot onto it. Link now will run into this hallway with these huge bat fans. In order to not get blown around, the best solution would be to put on the iron boots so that we can walk through without worrying about it being blown over. But now we come to a chasm that we have to cross. So So in order to get past that, we have to have the hover boots. So make sure that the huge bat fan in front of you is not blowing. Wait for it to stop, put the hover boots on, and then you can run across safely without being blown down into the chasm. Here we'll drop down, put back on the iron boots, and then be able to run across all these fans without any risk of being blown off. The eye in front of you here will shoot fire. It can be deflected by using your shield. After entering the room here and the door closing behind you, if you play Sun Song, you'll freeze the two Re-Dead in place, making them easy to defeat. A side note is you'll also summon a large fairy here. A large fairy, if you run into, will fill up to 8 heart containers. Of course, the Re-Dead will give you magic when you defeat them. That will allow the door to open back up again. Here, Navi flies up to the wall and tries to tell you that the sign is speaking to you, and she can hear it. It's whispering. Those who have the sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. If you use your Lens of Truth, you'll notice there's a chest in the corner of the room here that can be opened up to obtain a few arrows if you need them. Then heading back out the door, if you use the Lens of Truth on the right, you can see there is an opening. But letting the wind guide you means putting on the hover boots and then letting the wind push you into the hidden opening. Upon walking into this room, we can see that there are 2 Gibdos. Playing Sun Song will paralyze them, making them fairly easy to defeat, just like a Re-Dead. And just like a Re-Dead, if you get too close to one, it will jump on top of you. You'll have to hit either the A or B button to break free. After killing both of them, the other door will open and a chest will appear. We can open up that chest. To get 5 rubies! Yay! But if we look at our map, there's another chest. But where is it? We can't see it. So if you bomb that little odd, suspicious thing in the corner and blow that up, there's still nothing there, but then using the Lens of Truth will reveal a chest in the corner. So that can be opened up to obtain something much more valuable. Our small key that we need to proceed on. So using that, we can go through the locked door. When Link walks into this room, he'll find a river with a big boat on it, and a ladder. But in order to get up to the top of the ladder, there's a big block in the corner here that you'll have to grab and drag all the way over to it. Climbing up on top of the block, and now we can jump all the way over and onto the ship. For right now, I'm going to run to the very front of the ship, and Navi will turn green and fly over into the corner, over by where the gold statula is. So, using Scarecrow's song, you can play that, making Pierre appear. Hey Pierre. So now we can use our long shot and hook shot onto Pierre. Up here we'll find 2 recovery hearts and gold statula token number 85. So go ahead and knock him down and grab him. After obtaining token number 85, we'll drop back down to where we just were and climb back onto the ship again. Noticing the Triforce symbol on the ground is an indication to play Zelda's Lullaby. That puts the ship into motion, and the bells are ringing. Here we go for a little boat ride. But this will not be a completely trouble-free boat ride. Because a Stalfos happens to drop down. So there'll be two of them, and they both have to be defeated before the end of this boat ride. After Navi warns you about the ship sinking, if you're still fighting the Stalfoses, just go ahead and jump off onto the ledge on the left. So, going through the corridor here, into this room, you can see the ledge on the left. We'll jump off onto that. Link, abandoned ship! It is sinking, and if you don't jump off in time, you'll go down into the deep abyss with the boat. After being on the ledge, there's the door, just go on through. Upon walking in this very odd room here, nothing is as it appears. So if you use your lens of truth, that there are walls where there shouldn't be a wall, and where there is a wall, there isn't actually a wall. There are floor masters on the floor here. So in order to defeat them, once you hit them, they'll break into three pieces, and then all three pieces of the floor master have to be defeated before the time runs out, otherwise he'll come back. Now, in every corner of the room there's a door, and we're going to go through each and every door. So, upon entering the first room here, we'll see another floor master that cannot be seen without the lens of truth. If you have your sword spun up for a spin attack, you may be able to get all three, but it's pretty difficult. So, in every case here, I wind up having to run and chase them down and defeat all of them before the time's up. And upon killing the floor master, a chest will appear. Upon opening it, Link obtains a small key. We'll use that in a moment. If you need a few arrows, break the pot in the corner to obtain a few. Now, if you look at the mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see that there's a room on every corner. So we're going to visit each corner room, killing the floor masters as we go along. Now we're walking into another super creepy room with three skulls. The only thing worthwhile in here is actually a gold statula that we need to grab. And he is behind all the skulls that are turning around. There's more stuff in here that can be valuable, including rubies and other treasures that you'll get by throwing the bombs into each skull. We don't really care about the money because we can't hold it anyway, but on the back wall here is gold statula token number 86. With the skull's gone, we have an easy time collecting that. And then we'll run into our final room. So the final room will be the room at the very top of the mini-map on the right. Oh no! We walk to the room and there's two wooden spiked walls closing in on Link! What can we do? Oh my gosh! Well, they are wood, so they'll burn. A good solution would be use Din's fire and we'll burn them away. Another thing that could be done would be to use your fire arrows as well. That will also, side effect, light the two Re-Dead on fire on both sides. So one hit should kill them. And then we can open up a chest to obtain the boss key. There is a chest on the other side of the room, by the other Re-Dead. And we can get 5 rubies! Yay! Very helpful. So now we're done with the 3 rooms, and we're going to run back outside into the main room. That will be the room on the right on the mini-map. Now we find ourselves back into the main room where the ship was. If you run all the way down to where the 2 pots are and look up, you can see a huge statue. And there are bombs that are very conveniently and suspiciously right at the base of the statue. So taking an arrow will light the bombs up, blowing the base of the statue up, and it will fall right down, allowing Link access to walk across. Now, our objective is to run down that hallway right there on the left. However, if you run past, you'll notice Navi turning green here. So that is a clue that we could actually play the Song of Time. That will move a time block from another location or another time, possibly, and put it right here. That allows Link to be able to climb up and get that piece of heart refill. As I climb up here, I notice that Navi flies up to the higher pillar way up there, and this time you can play the Scarecrow song, summoning Pierre, and then hook shot onto Pierre. That just allows you to grab 2 piece of heart refills up there. So now we can use our key, open the locked door. And we can see the boss door. And how could we possibly get there? Well, of course, use your Lens of Truth to reveal these pillars. They're a little bit too far away to be able to run and jump with the Kokiri boots, so the hover boots will allow us to be able to get to the last 2 and reach the boss door. Thank you so much for watching. The next video will be the boss fight, Bongo Bongo.